Jason, and in this video we're going to talk about drive sensitivity angles, safety limits and dead zones. Third tab, driving straight. This is where you can set the headset's sensitivity when it comes to driving forwards and backwards. You can set the sensitivity independently for each angle: forward, reverse, left and right. For instance, if the user has more movement to the left than the right, you can set the sensitivity accordingly. There are three ranges you can set: drive movement range, safety limit, and dead zone. Dead zone. This is a non-responsive area at the start of your movement from the neutral position. So, if you stay within the dead zone, the chair won't move. The higher the dead zone, the easier it is for the user to stop the chair from moving. But it also means they need to put in more effort if they'd like to start driving. If you see the user is struggling to find the neutral position, you should make the dead zone slightly bigger. Movement range. This is where you can adjust the angle of your movements. The angle indicates when you're at full speed. Basically, the lower the angle, the more sensitive the drive will be in that direction. The wider the angle, and the more movement the user will need to reach full speed. Safety limit. As you know, there's a built-in safety feature in the Vigo, the emergency stop. This is a safeguard against fainting or if the headset were to fall off the user's head. The safety limit is the maximum drive range. If you go beyond this limit, then the chair will stop. There is a great feature that can help you when it comes to adjusting these settings. Here's how to use it. Put the Vigo on the user's head. Ask the user to take on his neutral position, then click Set Center in the Drive app. The pink line will indicate the position. With each setting, ask the user to move their head within the range that feels comfortable from them in the corresponding direction and drag the handle accordingly. You can see a description of each setting when you click on it. Let's go through it. Set drive properties. Here you can switch direction of forward-reverse drive, so movement will become more similar to that of a head array, or add a warning sound when reversing, just by simply ticking these boxes. Set forward movement range. This is where you can adjust the angle of your forward proportional movement. So as we've mentioned, the angle you set indicates when the user will be at full speed. To adjust it, simply click on the yellow marker dot and drag it to the desired angle. Set forward safety limit. This is where you can set a safety limit for your forward movement. As we've discussed, if the user's head goes beyond this angle, then the drive will stop. Just make sure the limit is set within the user's reach. Backward movement range and backward safety limit. Work just like the forward ranges, as we've discussed. Next ones are slow speed dead zone and high speed dead zone. As you remember, the dead zone is the range where the user can keep their head without the chair moving. This is where you can set that range separately for slow and high speeds. How adjusting these two can help. First, if you set the slow speed dead zone higher, especially when trialling it with a new patient, it can leave them more room to find neutral again and stop driving, or to stay still without having to exit drive mode. Just make sure the user has a relatively high level of head movement so that they can reach their drive angles. If the user has minimal head movement, you should keep these angles low so they don't have to move much to start driving. Second one is setting the high speed dead zone higher. Will result in the headset being less responsive at higher speeds, therefore creating a more stable drive. Increasing this angle can help eliminate the kangaroo effect and weaving at high speeds. Fourth tab is turning. These settings are just the same as we've discussed with the driving straight tab. You can set all these angles for left and right head movements separately. Once you've made any changes to the settings, then you must save your settings to the link by clicking on Apply. Once you've done this, then the link will beep twice to indicate the settings have been successfully changed, like so. Please note, if you cannot see Apply, then it means you have not made any changes to the original settings. You can't drive while you're in the settings. Once you've applied your settings, go back to the home screen or quit GyroSet Drive to be able to drive again. If you make any changes and are unsure about them during the session, then you can revert to the previous settings by clicking on Revert to Link at the bottom of the window on the right. This will revert all the settings to the previously saved ones. Please note, if you cannot see Revert to Link, then this means you have not made any changes to the original settings.